Hello Libra, it is Rebecca, Empathic Crow, and I'm looking at the energy of March 2026. However, if this meets you at another time, it doesn't mean there's not necessarily a message for you, but it is a collective reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you have a Sun Libra placement, my brain, I don't know why it stopped just now, Sun, Moon, Rising, or any other placement that is important to you in Libra, then this reading may have some messages for you. I do personal reads as well, 45 and 60-minute readings, and there will be information in the description for that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get on with this reading. So we're starting out with the Inspired Neon Tarot. What does Libra need to focus on for March 2026? Or whenever they see this video. All right. We may switch to the Light Seers Tarot. This was the last tarot deck that I used with Virgo. So, oh, look at that. The Sun card. And notice on the Sun card, this is after February 17th. So in the Chinese New Year, it is the year of the fire horse. And that Sun card definitely has that energy in this Inspired Neon Tarot. So you have the child. I feel like it's calling you to be playful, Libra, and to understand that you are a co-creator in this journey is what I'm hearing. It's not just you as this human that's trying to just navigate the world, and it's interesting and you're curious, but you could get hurt. I don't know why I'm seeing it that way, but that's the way it's coming through. It's describing it. It's knowing that you are this flippin' powerhouse, and that this energy is not only you, but that you are supported as well. Like with the Sun, I'm just seeing like a lot of divine beings. I'm seeing ancestors. I'm seeing a lot of support here. Yeah, like especially in these little lights, I'm seeing that as like the spirits that are around you, kind of like in The Lion King, where is it Mufasa? Yeah, Mufasa is telling Simba about the ancestors and the stars. And so there's a lot coming through from this one card, but I feel like this is just encouraging you to be curious, to be playful, to look at things with a more open mind, to not feel like you have to, like it doesn't have to be one thing or the other. It's not all like as the image caught my eye just now when I was looking around, it's not all dark or light. It's not all black or white. It's not all one thing. It's not even all gray areas. Like, I heard it is what you create it to be as well. So this is about focus, the things you focus on. Even in psychology, you'll hear about self-fulfilling prophecy. And it's not that you like prophesize something and then it happens. It's that what we focus on, we create. So if you are so focused on a certain outcome, whether you realize it or not, consciously or subconsciously, you may do things that then create that outcome. So that can work both ways. Good, not so great, whatever. So for Libra, what do we need to know about the Sun card? Like what is the direction that we're going here? There's a lot of cards wanting to just stick and try to come out. The Six of Wands. This deck is not full of horses. Let me move my husband made me this really cool 3D printed dragon card holder. So I got my stickers in there. Because I got some vendor events coming up. So I had it sitting over here. All right. There are not horses all through this deck. Of course, with knights and things, with the knights especially, you're going to have horses. But I want you to notice how similar the imagery is on here, except for we're here, it's a child with a horse, you know, our new beginnings and everything. This is you riding that horse, like taking the reins and just going with it. So I feel like part of this is you being called to, and I feel like I said this earlier, let go of the expectations of things or trying to make it fit, trying to make it perfect. Virgo had different, but some similar messages. So if you have any Virgo placements, that may be helpful. But again, we've got the wands here. So wands, we think of that fiery energy, and the horse, fire horse. So Libra, there's something you're passionate about, and it's knowing that you're not coming at it from this fresh aspect of like a child, just learning things as you go. Not to say children can't be very knowledgeable. Some children come into this world very much so old souls, and we know a lot of things. But this is you further along in the journey where you have embraced that power. But at the same time, with these wands down here, there may be some concern about, oh, I don't know why I keep calling this the Knight of Wands. I want to put you in the Knight of Wands energy. But this is the Six of Wands, meaning that there is a victory. You don't feel it yet because there's the wands down at the bottom. This is so weird. Why am I saying that wrong? I don't know, but still, I do feel like that this is you. It's a big ask to trust yourself. There are some aspects of like these glowing things here in the corners, and I feel like it's just kind of like there are stars there, but it's like the grown-up version of, you still have supports there, but it doesn't have to be so magical is the word I'm hearing. Like when you're a kid and you're looking up the stars and you're like, oh, wow. It's that you can have those supports, those synchronicities, those moments where things come into alignment, but it doesn't have to be like such a big universal thing. Interesting. We'll see where this goes. Interesting that I called this the Knight. So with the Knight of Wands, which this is not, but you're being called to take some action, and you are supported. It is a new beginning, but you have the ability to come through on top, and the things that you've experienced that may have you feeling a bit more worried about it or reluctant, not even worried, reluctant, are some of the things that actually make it to where you can be successful with this, because you know what to look for. You just can't. That's why I'm seeing the Knight of Wands. You know what to look for. So you've got the keys for success for the Six of Wands, but it's being able to actually take action, because if you just sit on the horse and you don't do anything, you're not going, like the outcome will likely remain the same, or it'll be something different because you're not taking the action. Let's see what else. I'll do a couple more shuffles and then we'll go to the Light Seer's Tarot, because I feel like there are still some tarot cards to come out. Shut up. The Page of Wands. I see the pages often as being in that like pre-contemplative state. Yes, I have a well-versed knowledge of psychology. Even though this Page of Wands is very visible, like the halo around their head, their staff is lit up, they have on this gorgeous aqua, like turquoise. Yes, very turquoise. And I have, oh, that's funny, most of my stones that I have up here are blue stones. So I didn't notice that with the other readings. Libra, this may be that it's calling you to speak your truth. Even looking back, the people and the horses are all blue as well. So your voice and your throat chakra may be active and you may be saying the things, but I feel like this is trying to bring it back to you, because notice there's only one person in all of these cards. So I feel like it's, you may be saying a lot and in a way that's trying to be helpful, but at the same time, I heard you're losing yourself. And so even though you may be visible and you can be a bright light, at the same time, that feeling like you're losing yourself. And the top of his wand looks like a starship to me, like a spaceship. And I don't know exactly where I'm going with that, but I heard out of this world. And this could be a female, actually, with the body. I'm looking at it now. But in the tarot, just know it doesn't matter masculine or feminine. The energy is the same. And it may be that you're feeling like in this energy where, like I said, your voice may be loud for others, that you're having to be in a more masculine energy. Because when I see those, it feels... I can't think of how I want to say it. It feels very... like, you know, when we're in our masculine energy, then we're just focused on sometimes getting things done, fixing things, stuff like that. That's not how I want to say it. This is going kind of weird, Libra. I'm sorry. But with this, I'm seeing the more, I said him, but there is a very feminine aspect if you look at the body shape and everything. I have to turn the light so that it doesn't shine in my eyes, but then it doesn't show the cards very well. And then with the outfit that they have on, I'm seeing the water. So I feel like this is calling you to get into a more feminine side. The divine feminine, like that very, ooh, I'm seeing spots now, that very nurturing side, but it's nurturing yourself. Because it feels like part of it is, and this has been kind of a theme with a lot of the readings, that this child here wants to be seen, wants to be heard, but at the same time, there's something where it feels easier to speak for others than yourself right now, Libra. Your reading's going a little, and I've had a couple of these so far. I want to say Cancer and Leo, but it's like it's not, Spirit's slowing me down. And so maybe that's what you need to do, is slow down. It feels like things aren't so clear. Why are things not so clear? This Two of Wands. Let me look at this. This is a newer deck for me. So I'm seeing setups that look very scientific. Like this looks kind of like back here, molecules, you know, where you have in science class the different colored balls representing the molecules, and then the wooden sticks that hold them together to make the formations of molecules. And then you have things that can kind of look like a globe, or in his hands, kind of like a glowing orb or crystal. With this Two of Wands, this is not how I usually read the Two of Wands. Two of Wands can talk about trying to make choices and decisions, or even knowing that you have choices or decisions. But it feels very like, instead of being in this more playful energy of a child, or the fiery, passionate, like embodiment of yourself, of the Six of Wands, like feeling victorious. And then the Page of Wands, like you've got a lot of fiery energy in these cards. I feel like instead of kind of coming forward, that's exactly what I said. Okay. So instead of coming forward with that more feminine energy that says, I can be fiery and I can be passionate, I can speak out for myself, I can be playful, it's this more like you're feeling like your choices are more stifled, that you have to focus on certain things. You have to do things a certain way, that it can't be both. Which usually, Libra, with you and the scales, I think of you as kind of weighing all options. But I feel like right now, you're being called by Spirit to focus on you in order to be able to speak out and do the things that you feel are necessary for you, your family, other people. But right now, I'm hearing weighed down by the weight of the world. So you're energy is just unbalanced right now. So those scales are very unbalanced. That's making sense. Like even I said with the victory card, the 6 of Wands, it feels like you are doing things that are helpful, doing things that are really good choices, but you're not, for some reason, you're not seeing it. You're feeling like really, there's the starship, like you're feeling like a separation, a disconnect, like the things that are going, the science isn't supporting what's going on. And so you're feeling very confused. And I feel like that's where this childlike energy is coming from also, because the structures, the things that you've known, some of them may be triggered right now, but also there's a part of you that's like, where are the things that gave me hope, gave me passion? And unfortunately, that's something that you have to bring in, but you're in between these two states where it's like, I don't know if I can fully be playful, allow my emotions to be light and airy and to flow, or I have to be stuck in this very meticulous scientific method, you know. That's the way this is feeling. All right, let's put the Neon Tarot down. I'm feeling called to the Haunted Echoes Oracle. So this deck, you may have seen the box before. This is not one that has like a creator name on it. And some of the stuff is spelled wrong, but it's pretty good with the messages. Tell me a little bit more about for Libra. What's going on for Libra? Where are they getting stuck? I feel like I've been asking that question quite a bit for these reads, and I think that was the name of the reading that I had done on the day that I started them. So I'm trying to remember when I upload these after reversing the image, all the fun things, to link that video where it may seem helpful. Silent runes. Give voice to past trauma to find your peace within. Express your feelings. I kept telling you throat chakra and all the blue and everything. And we talked about that inner child and you being able to express things for yourself, because I feel like you're expressing them for other people. Like you're standing up for other people. So like I said, you are visible, and you may even be like the fiery one coming in, but not for yourself necessarily. So knowing that it's okay for you to express your feelings and letting go of some of those things from the past. Anything else from this Haunted Echoes Oracle for Libra? Of course, it would fly out of my hands onto the floor. So let's see if I can reach this real quick. Sometimes I have to pause the video. Fulfilling melody. Integrate your experiences to find your authentic self. Sweet resonance. Like I said, it's not that you aren't your authentic self. It's not that you don't know who you are. But I feel like right now it's felt like the world has been turned upside down. And I think that's a feeling that a lot of us are getting right now. There are a lot of things that have changed. And it's reminding yourself that it doesn't necessarily change who you are, especially at your core. You are still the person that you have always been. You don't have to, like, it's not one or the other. You don't have to choose between the two. It's just right now you're in this moment where you have to navigate the world in a new way. And some of that is going to be going back into this childlike state, healing some of that inner child, but also 1919 on the clock, seeing things through the child eyes. So some of that may feel scary, but also it's bringing in that nurturing of yourself and knowing that it can be okay. And actually, I'll leave that. I had put this back because this came before that one. But no, it's like saying you can still think things through, and that's not a bad thing, but you've got to nurture yourself as well. So we'll leave them that way. All right, let's go to the Rebecca Campbell deck. Work Your Light. what would help Libra right now? What would help Libra right now? Break the chain. So yeah, Virgo, I think, got break the chain as well. So if you have any Virgo placements, that may be a good one for you to watch if you like. I'm not telling you what to do. Break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. So notice that there's this cave that this person is walking into. Like, it's so stark. The images are so stark in contrast. You've got this beautiful flowing energy. You know, you've got the clouds and everything that just have this really light energy. And then you've got this gray cave that they are walking into. And it's understanding that, like I said, things may feel scary, but it's knowing that you're coming at it. Like, look, why do you have the Six of Wands with this fiery energy coming through in a victory, even though it may feel like there are still things that are, excuse me, a battle? She's going into the cave not knowing, goodness gracious, what might be in there, but she's still doing it. And that's what you're being called to do, Libra. We'll see if there's anything else from the Rebecca Campbell deck, and then we will go to the Spirit Animals Oracle and pull a Spirit Animal Oracle card for you. Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. So that can feel like a very difficult thing. Like I said, you're advocating for so many others, but it's a double mission. You can't just advocate and focus on everyone else. You have to focus on yourself too. Your healing, your needs, that nurturing and care that you may give others, you have to give that to yourself too, Libra. And I understand as a highly empathic person how difficult that can be, because sometimes, and that's this where I'm feeling this Two of Wands energy. It's like we feel like, well, it should be this way. This is what I've learned. This is, you know, what science says. But then we've got the Page of Wands, and like I said, there's more of that starseed energy that comes out, where this is a very caring, nurturing person who, you know, they have emotions and they're able to kind of calm those emotions. They still have the fire. Like, there's the fiery passion, but there's also those emotions, and they're not canceling each other out. So that's also part of the 2244 on the clock. That's also part of that double mission, is it doesn't have to be just one or other. You can be passionate and fiery, and you can also be calm and nurturing at the same time. And you can focus on others and on yourself. But remembering, you've got to pour into your own cup and put that energy in a place that is helpful to you in order to be able to help others. So we'll get a Spirit of the Animals Oracle for you, Libra. And then I think that's pretty much a full message. So what spirit animal is calling for Libra? Well, what do they need to focus on? What is the overarching? Woo! All right. I will pick that one up in just a moment, but we'll start with the one that's on the table. Elk, nobility. Celebrate your accomplishments with humility. You are crowned with success. I can't make this stuff up. Powerful forces guide you. What did I tell you about the stars and this card and what I saw at the beginning? Your ability to conquer challenges is limitless. And that's what I was saying. Notice the mountains again here. I talked about the challenges, and that this is, you know, showing how you've come through the challenges, that you're capable of it, even if they're kind of scary sometimes, or even the cave. So we'll see what's on the floor, and I'll see if I have to pause this to get it. But yeah, know that you are able to get through this, even if it feels hard. So the card that fell on the floor is Dog, Friend. Today I will love without condition. My energy and enthusiasm are an inspiration. I choose to be happy. I am a protector and a friend. You are, but you have to remember to include yourself in that. All right, Libra, I think that ended up being a beautiful message, even if at first I felt kind of like I didn't know where we were going. But that's how it is sometimes. Sometimes Spirit has me going through really quick. I'm picking it up quick. And then sometimes they're trying to slow it down. And it's not, that's a bad thing. It just means that the message needs to come through in a different way. I have really enjoyed doing this reading for you. If any of it resonated, please let me know. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Help the messages to get to more people where they need to go. That's always my goal with these general reads. And I do plan to try to do these every month where I can. Also, I think I said, you know, I do private readings as well. So if you want to explore things on a more personal level, because that's going to be more accurate and focused on you, I am available for those personal private readings, and I have some other services as well. But for now, just thank you so much, and I hope you take care and be gentle with yourself. A Libra that I know that I really care about and admire, she says, I hope you have a gentle weekend or things like that. So whatever this is for you, weekend, week, whatever, I hope that it is gentle, and even if it's not, that you know that you can get through. All right, take care.